Welcome back to our mountainside here in Panama, where today, the walls of our new tiny home, right here over my shoulder, they're going up today.
Every single upgrade that we make here on Lola's farm is just so impactful for us because we started from the ground up here on this piece of land. And by the end of this video, it's gonna be so exciting to see the progress that we make on this deck and little extended living area. Your overalls match the rust.
It's because I'm turning into a rusty old man. That's the part of getting old, sweetie. You get rusty, you get cranky. You better be ready. It's coming. And I'm taking advantage of all that crankiness fully. That's what comes with old age.
I don't think you're that cranky, honey.
No, but I'm gonna be.
So up until this morning, we were actually planning on doing, what would you call it, a peaked roof?
A pyramid.
Like a pyramid roof. And then about 5 minutes ago, we decided we're just gonna go with the lean-to. It's so much easier, so much quicker, and it's also gonna match the other two structures that we have here. And if you don't know what a lean-to is, this is a lean-to. So it's basically just a flat roof with a little bit of an angle.
This is one of the benefits of having built 4 structures on this land, is you kind of just know how things work. And you can change your mind from a pyramid to a lean-to over a 5-minute conversation. Like, do we really want to do all those angles? Nah. So I cut this first vertical beam that's going to be the high point of the lean-to. This is 10 feet tall. And now what I need to do is prepare the surface that it's going to be welded onto. So you can see we have these welds here that are sticking out from when we welded these beams together. We need to get this perfectly flat, because if this isn't flat, then this is going to be crooked. So I need to spend some time preparing the surface and getting it perfect. Now time for the hard part. Do you want to weld and I'll hold it?
We got ourselves a deal.
Now your hands are going to be all covered in black.
Not too bad.
Now you're gonna put 2 tacks, like half of an inch in. Yeah, right there, and then one on the other side. Give me a fat weld, give me a weld on that other side there. That's as good as we're gonna get. We can make some really fine adjustments once we're connected in these two, but for now, I'm happy with that.
The first beam is in. It's so funny. I was just telling Jord how funny it is looking back at 4 years ago. It would take us like a whole day just to weld in 2 beams. Like I think I remember very clearly when we were building this workshop right here. And I remember like a whole video just dedicated to us welding in 2 vertical beams. So hopefully we can get a little bit more than that done today. We have 2 of the vertical beams already up, and it's not even 11 o'clock yet, plus we had to take like a 30-minute break because of the rain. So I'm feeling really good with the progress that we're making so far today. We are now moving on to beam number 3 out of 4.
One of the decisions that we made when we first came onto this land was we want to do everything that we possibly can. And it's just taught us so much along the way, not just like the little technical parts, but also just how to think and how to problem solve, how to do things faster and easier and quicker, because we've done this before. In the past, these beams all the way up at the top here that are 10 feet tall and then another 5 feet off of the ground, we used to have to get a ladder all the way up there to cut the angle for the roof. But now, we know how to pre-cut these. We know how to basically do out the math to figure out the triangle between the 2 beams and cut the angle correctly. So now all we need to do is just take a caballo and put it up there. And that's the main support of the roof structure. It's just, this is gonna be so quick.
Sort out, you'll just reimburse yourself then, right? From that.
Where you going? Let's get our first look at this. What our little casita on the deck is gonna look like. Man, this is gonna be so cool. Coming in here. Look at all this space. I mean, you don't think 100 square feet is big, but when it's connected to a deck like this too, Kaylee wants to put a bunch of pottery stuff in here. I'm kind of trying to nix that. I'm like working against that, you know, telling her like, honey, the clay's gonna go everywhere and blah, blah, blah. But we missed the view. You know, being in the workshop, the best part of this whole land is the view of the valley and of the volcano. And with this, all that's coming back.
I can buy that shirt.
I'm borrowing your shirt, Dada.
Mommy borrows all my clothes. She borrows my shirt, she borrows my underwear.
Hey.
And you have a slide on the bigger house, and you can have fans on the bigger house.
Absolutely.
Have I told you guys we don't have an architect? We just consult our 2-year-old daughter, and she just tells us everything to do.
And we'll have what?
We have a park over
On the grass?
on glass.
Okay.
Okay, now we're in a race, because these beams are all open on the top, which means if it rains, these beams are gonna fill up with water. I don't want that to happen. It's not the end of the world, but I just don't want it to happen because that's when rust starts and you can't scrub the rust out of inside of these beams. I'm gonna cut a couple corners here to just try to hurry up and try and get a roof up on this. The first thing that I need to do is we need to get a floor down because we're not gonna be able to build the roof without getting up on scaffolding, getting up on ladders to get all the roof structure in place. So I'm just gonna put some paint on the top surface of this metal. That's gonna buy me some time so I can at least start to get some of the floor joists down in place. Now this is the tedious part because now I need to go along and weld this beam on each side all the way down at every point where it touches one of the large 3x3 tubes. And that's 10 welds just to put in one beam. But that's part of the cost of building with metal here in Panama. Is it worth it? Maybe. But do I enjoy it? I honestly do, because I'd rather do this than build with concrete. I don't know about you guys, but that right there is what a successful day looks like. My face is so dirty. There's no way this is good for you to just like have this be all over you day after day, but I'm hopping in the shower right now. I could not get enough under the fridge downtown.
You go help Mama? Perfect. Perfect.
How's a potato?
Good.
You eating an uncooked potato?
I like to take potatoes raw.
This has been like my ultimate go-to meal at least twice a week. I usually do American chop suey twice a week, and then I usually do this twice a week. It's just cut up potatoes with a bunch of spices, cut up sausages, and then a side of like some organic frozen veggies. It's so quick, it's so easy. Little mom and dad hack for any of you guys out there with little ones and trying to save as much time as possible at night. Nice. Beautiful. You're an egg cracking master.
Should we do another one?
You want to do another one? Okay, we'll do one more, okay? Have at it, baby girl. There you go.
No, just the big one right here.
Oh.
I'm on a mission today, you guys. I'm on a mission to get these beams closed in. That way, when it rains, most likely later today, we can avoid the inside of these beams rusting out. I feel like we dodged a bullet yesterday with no rain, but I'm not taking that for granted. You can see we're about halfway done with the floor joists here. I just probably have maybe 5 more to go. And then we're gonna be ready to put the floor down, which is gonna allow us to start working on the roof.
So Jordan and I want to put like an actual proper squat rack in this little workout space, this little room that we're building here. And I got a little worried yesterday because we already had welded in all the beams and we didn't think about, well, how tall is a squat rack? And with our planning of the inside of the space, we want to put the squat rack on that far side, which is actually the lowest point of where the ceiling's going to be. So I looked it up online. Luckily, they range anywhere from 6 to 8 feet. I think we're going to have about 7.5 feet of ceiling space. So worst case, if we can't find one that's under 8 feet, we'll just build one ourselves.
We're still concerned, you guys. Something about this corner here that's still concerning me a little bit. Mostly just because we don't have an engineer that's like working alongside with us, and we kind of just came up with this idea because we wanted this little bump out of the tiny house. And this whole part of the wall here, this 10-foot part, is all just supported by really this gusset. Our friend Bruce in the States is an architect, and we sent him a video of this, but hey, is this dumb? I guess we'll see what he comes back with. What do you expect? You think he's gonna? I don't know. Like when you look at it, it looks like there's something wrong.
Sweetie, he texted back.
Uh-oh.
He said, "Very cool, plenty strong. Do you get earthquakes? Reason I ask is that it might need some diagonal bracing, front to back and left to right."
I mean, we do get earthquakes. We get like massive earthquakes.
So George just cut the last and final piece, the final caballo, super zoomed, for, what would you call these, honey? Floor joists?
Yeah.
So this last and final one is going up. The guys, Roberto and Enrique, they're gonna help us tack all these in. We have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more to go to weld in. And in the meantime, while they're doing that, Jordan and I have a little hardware date to attend to.
The weather here, you can't really look at it like the Weather Channel or like the weather app. It's more emotional. It's more like you gotta get in tune with the Pachamama. And she's telling me today, it's gonna rain.
Yeah,
So we better move our butts.
let's move our butts. Very busy day.
Early.
We've gotten a lot done already and it's not even 10 o'clock. The things we do.
To not have to report to the man every day.
Not have to report to the man and
feel
to make our quality of lives with our living situation just a little bit better every day.
I feel like that's all that I am. It's just on a 7-year
Protest.
7-year protest mission to not have to report to the man.
Come on, girl. I just want you guys to know we are thoroughly enjoying this little morning hardware store date. We've been talking about wedding planning, getting all excited. We have absolutely nothing planned and it's a year away. We don't even have a date yet, but we're tentatively early April of 2025. 2025, that just sounds so crazy. Doesn't it sound just so crazy?
We're getting old, honey. I need to get that stuff. I need to get this stuff. It's all up here, honey. It's all up in the dome.
L as in Lou. We're locked and loaded. We got all the supplies that we need for today. It's really exciting. We're actually going to be getting the floor up, or the base of the floor up, for our little workout room. Maybe today, honey, I'll be getting my workout on in there. That'd be kind of fun.
If the weather holds up like it is right now, you'll definitely be
I won't
able
have
to.
a roof, but I'll at least have a floor.
Oh,
got a little stand hold.
That's the entrance of our property.
George's gonna have to go see what's going on here because we can't even get into our driveway right now. Looks like this guy in the red truck is pulling over a little bit for us.
This is crazy. What are you guys doing?
Well, they even have police up here.
I know.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
So what did you see this morning when you were looking at the men doing all the work, the electrical work? What were they doing?
Just cutting the trees.
They're cutting the trees.
That's good investigative work, Bubba.
Yeah. And what was the guy doing in the bucket? He's going way up?
Yeah, not to way up in the sky.
Not all the way to the sky, just up to the trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a bucket when he working.
You can't go in the bucket when you're working, Dada, because we don't have one of those.
So cute. She's just thinking so deep while just eating a tortilla.
How is that tortilla?
Guys.
It's good.
Well, it's nice to have something to walk on right now. These pieces of placem, which some of you guys might know is hardy board, our concrete board. These aren't gonna stay here. They're all gonna be the floor for the little casita. And we might just leave the floor just like this. Maybe put some rubber matting down for the gym area. And now I have this paint. This is 1 part epoxy paint. So I'm just gonna paint these boards real quick, get them waterproof, getting ready for any rain that may come. And also this is the same color as our deck. So we might just end up kind of keeping the floor this color brown to match the deck. Lesson learned on this one. Don't try to paint 4 foot by 8 foot boards with a 6-inch brush, because it'll just chew up your whole afternoon. Just a little bit of prep to do before I put the plysim sheets down. There's some metal going around the outside. This is the last beam right here on the perimeter that I need to weld into place. There are rain clouds all around us right now. Even over here, there's rain clouds. We can hear the thunder booming. It's just missing us. There's 32 microclimates in our town. So you never really know what you're gonna get. Today for us, so far, beautiful day. The wind just shifted, so I don't think we're gonna get any rain today, you guys. We've gotten so lucky. I mean, it's basically raining everywhere else in town right now. Other than here, I can see the rain clouds going right through town right now.
I've started getting in the habit of making a midday coffee. Actually, it's like early evening coffee right now. It's almost 5 o'clock. And I don't know why I keep doing this. It's like one of those things, it feels like maybe a little bit of self-sabotage, because I know it's gonna keep me up till at least midnight tonight. And I keep telling Jord, honey, we need to get to bed earlier. We need to get to bed earlier, but the coffee just tastes so good. I just can't not.
I like painting with you, Dada.
I miss painting with you too, Bubba. I'm so happy that you're hanging out with me.
She said I love painting with you.
Or should I miss painting with you?
No, she said I love painting with you.
Did she?
Yeah.
That just made my whole day. I don't know if this is a dress. This is a romper.
Mom, this is a dress.
Romper.
This is a romper.
This is a romper. She's too nimble for her own good.
I know.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is a monster. That's a monster. Look how big that is. Oh, that's terrifying. You see the direction that those clouds are moving? And you see how they're going that way? That's rain. Just over there, like if these trees weren't here, you could see the ocean down there. That's the Pacific Ocean, and that's where the rain comes from. That's the Caribbean. We don't really get rain from there, we get mist. That's our weather station, the cloud direction. And if you look, it's kind of getting pushed multiple directions. Like now it's kind of going that way. That means we're kind of in the in-between phase here. We're in the transition from windy season to rain season. The two winds are fighting, and eventually the Pacific wind will win. And then we'll get downpours every day. All day. So we better appreciate the weather like this while we got it. I'm gonna take the level, and if I tell you to keep cranking that, just keep going until I tell you to stop, okay? All right, go on. This is a combination of some hillbilly stuff mixed with some being a stickler for trying to get everything perfect. These beams are really close to being level. They're just off a touch. And everything that I've learned is if you can get these original beams perfect, it makes everything else all along the process, from putting up the roof to doing stuff with the walls to anything, just so much easier in the future. So we're using the generator as a weight to kind of pull on the beams a little bit and just move it to where it needs to be, so this thing is perfectly level.
This looks so funny, you guys, with these two tie-down straps just pulling the beams, but it's working. It's actually working. It moved him a pretty significant amount to get him to where we need to be level-wise. But now we're gonna get a measurement from that top beam to that top beam so we can get the measurement for the beam that's gonna connect the two.
122 and an 1/8.
And then maybe we mark the pencil line on where it's gonna sit.
Yeah, 1 foot in on either side.
Yeah.
It'd be better too if we put the tops on and if we paint it now. So bad. What kind of spider was it?
I don't know. I see like a very, very tiny one crawling around.
Ah.
All of a sudden, Jord put his headphones on and then he was just in excruciating pain. So I think.
Oh, someone just bit the crap out of my ear.
Yeah, there's definitely some kind of.
Ow. It's on fire, dude.
It's a little bit red, yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's this sucker that got me. I think this is a type of scorpion. We've never had scorpions up here before, but this farm's changing, you guys. It's coming more alive every single day. We want to get this beam as close as ready. So once we get it up there, we don't need to put tops on it and weld those. We don't need to paint it. It's all done. Because doing any work that high up in the air, it's just a lot more difficult than it needs to be. Much harder than just doing it on the ground. So I'm getting this beam all ready. Gotta put some tops on, weld them in place, clean up those tops, and then paint the whole beam, and we'll be ready to go. This is the part that we've been waiting for. The first part of the roof structure is going up.
Look, babe. You see? That's gonna be the roof.
And you build my one on this side, cause I need another one, like a pink one, on this flat for my baby.
You need another pink house on the deck for your baby.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Maybe what we can do is when we build our house, we can paint Sadie's room pink. I think you like that idea.
I want a pink house. Dad and Mama want a pink house. Said no.
No, I don't want a pink house.
Daddy and Mama want pink house.
We're fighting against the clock. It looks like the rain's gonna come in any second. We're in a cloud right now, so we're not gonna paint this one. We just wanna get it up so we can cover those two beams so no water gets inside. We're fighting against time here. We just gotta get this up as quick as we can. The downpour is coming, you guys. I can hear it like right over there. I better get moving. I'm so stoked that we were able to get that done. That was like absolutely perfect timing. Ah! Here it comes. Maybe you guys can now tell why we want to put a glass box right here. We miss this view. I feel like now we're finally starting to get it back. The whole reason why we bought this piece of land and moved here to Panama was literally because of this.